Hi there, it's Rose. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to share what I created for the Open Collab hashtag Deck the Year. Now this collab is hosted by Penny from Penny's Crafty Creations, and I will of course link Penny's channel in the description box below, but the point of this collab is to take a standard deck of playing cards and every week alter a different card out of the deck. So at the end of the year, you will have 52 artist trading cards. And I think it's so much fun. I have been participating since the beginning of the year. This is the deck that I'm pulling my cards from. So you can see that it is dwindling down quite a bit, but it's so much fun. Now, I missed last week. So if you saw my video the week before, I had randomly selected the 5 of Hearts, and I altered that card and also the card for this week. So I'm kind of playing catch up a little bit. I was on vacation and missed last week. So I have 2 cards to show you for this week. And then hopefully we'll get back on track. I will shuffle the deck at the end of this video and pick my card for next week. So let's get into it and I'll show you my cards. So for my first card, which was the 5 of Hearts, I decided to break out this Dilution stamp and stencil set. And it has a bunch of little sayings. The one that I selected was, "It's better to take a risk than miss a moment of magic." I thought that was so cute, but the other sayings are just adorable. You can't skip and be unhappy at the same time. I don't like morning people or mornings or people. So it's Diane Reevely, which we know she has the tendency to make little cheeky stamps and dies. So I thought this was a fun collection. And then it came with this beautiful stencil. So I couldn't wait to use that as well. So I selected this as my main feature. And then I broke out some of my oxides. I used some spiced marmalade, some squeezed lemonade, some cracked pistachio, and a little bit of fired brick. And then I used one of my stubby stamps by Judith and Heather, and this is the Shining Star stamp, and that's what the stamp looks like. It's got a little blue ink on there, but I actually used the fired brick when I stamped this out. I love her stamps because they're on these wood-like rods, and then she puts what the image is here. That's a better look at what the stamp actually looks like, but you can just quickly stamp and dot them. So I have quite a nice collection of these stamps, and Heather actually does weekly videos on Facebook where she demos her stamps, and it's so much fun to watch her different designs. So if you get a chance, you may want to check out Stamps by Judith and Heather and their Facebook page, because every week she does demos and they're so much fun. So I used that as well, and just some cardstock that I had in my stash to layer up, and it's a very simple flat card. Let's take a look. So this is my 5 of Hearts card, and I kept it very simple. I just had a lot of fun doing some ink blending through that stencil. I moved the stencil around a little bit, so I didn't want a very, very clean image. So I sort of did a double stencil on with that Distress Oxide ink. You can see the really pretty blend that I got with multiple inks together there. And then I went back through it with some green through parts of the stencil just because I wanted those dots. And I love the look of the green with that yellow and orange. And then I stamped that little starburst with the red, the fired brick. I added a few little heart flat backs that I picked up from All to New. And then there's that great stamp by Dilutions, and I just stamped that in Memento Tuxedo Black. So I kept this one very simple, just the focus on the pretty ink blending through that stencil, and a really soft green paper there for the first layer. This was actually a white cardstock that I did all the ink blending on. So that's that one. Here's a look at the back. I always include the date and the card number and suit. And that is my card for last week. Now, since 4th of July was this week, I wanted to do at least one patriotic card, and I took out some of the ephemera from this Park Lane ephemera pack. It's 30 pieces, and it's a 4th of July or patriotic theme with all of these little die-cut pieces. Now, unfortunately, this collection doesn't have a name attached to it. There were just one or two on the shelves. There is the number if you want to look it up on the Joanne website. But it just says Park Lane ephemera 30 pieces. So there's watermelon and flags and fireworks and 4th of July and a few really pretty plaids. So I used a few pieces from this. And then from the Jolie's Boutique sticker collection, these beautiful stars that I picked up at Michael's earlier this year. And these are just beautiful. Look at the dimension of these stars. I just absolutely love those. So I wanted to use some of those. And I used one of the sentiments from Tim's sticker packs and one of the words. And so let me show you my card for this week. So here's my card for this week, and I did some layering with that really pretty ephemera just on a piece of white cardstock, and I just layered up pieces of this really pretty star paper background. Of course, I knew I wanted to use this adorable pup with the flag in his mouth because it looks like it's probably a little lap there with a scarf around his neck. Beautiful 4th of July bouquet there, and of course a pinwheel. I added one of the stars there in the corner and here. I just absolutely love those stars. They add that very great color and dimension. I wanted to include some of that gold. And then I picked a very simple sentiment of home from the Tim collection there. So I just thought this was the patriotic card that I wanted to create for 4th of July week. I'm very happy with the way it turned out. Here's a look at the back. This is the 10 of diamonds. And also I did pick this one at random as I do. I didn't have that on video because I missed making my video for last week. So this is the card that I selected from the deck to create for this week. So those are my two cards. I'm caught up now and will be choosing the card for next week's video. So let's come back. I'll shuffle the deck, cut it, and then we'll pick the card for next week. So I'll give the deck a quick little shuffle here. And you can see my deck is dwindling, but it's still so much fun. I can't wait to get down to the last few cards towards the end of the year and see what cards we wind up with at the end. But this card for next week will be the Ace of Hearts. I'm very excited about that. I think this may be one of the last aces that I have left, but in any event, I'm going to be altering this card for next week, so please be sure to check back with my channel. I want to thank Penny again for hosting this super fun collab. Be sure to follow the hashtag #DeckTheYear. Check out all the creators that are participating in altering their deck of cards. Thank you so much for watching. I'm wishing you a great week, and I'll see you next time.